Hello students. Now we are going to start with our next topic, that is the photoelectric effect. In 1887, Hertz performed a very interesting experiment in which the electrons, or you can say electric current, were ejected when certain metals, for example potassium, rubidium or cesium, very reactive metals, were exposed to a beam of light as shown in the figure. In this figure you can see that there is the equipment that is used for the detection of the emission of the electrons. How it is happening, let's read it, or you can see it with the help of this figure, that a light from any light source is falling on this metal surface. Metal you can use, that is potassium, rubidium or cesium. Clear? We are taking that we have used the potassium metal. Clear? When light radiation will going to fall on this metal surface, it will going to emit a electron frequently, means on incidenting the light or on falling the light on metal surface, it will going to emit electrons immediately, a quick response we can say. Clear? And flow of electrons is towards this direction. With the help of the detector we can see this. Clear? Because in this overall equipment, how we can detect that there is photoelectric effect that is occurring when on falling the radiations on metal surface, electron will going to emit, then quickly there you can see there will be deflection in the ammeter. Clear? And this deflection in ammeter indicate the flow of the electric current through this setup. So as you can see here, circuit is open, then how we can say that there is the flow of the current? So from here idea could be taken that there is the emission of the electrons with which the circuit will get completed, and we can see deflection in ammeters. Clear? Because as you can see that we have also used a source of current, that this is the negative terminal of the battery and this is the positive terminal which is connected to the ammeter, and negative terminal is connected to the metal surface. And again from here emission of the electron, that is completing the circuit or responsible for flow of the electric current. Clear? And this phenomena is called a photoelectric effect, in which you can say that with the when we are incidenting any ray of light on any metal surface which we have connected to the any external source of electric current, it will going to emit electron which will be responsible for the deflection in the ammeter and showing that there is the flow of the current in a circuit with the emission of the electron. And this is happening on incidenting the light radiations, so that's why this is known as the photoelectric effect, because on falling the light radiations on any surface, it will going to emit electron from any metal surface, that is the emission of the photoelectron we can say. Clear? So this effect is known as the photoelectric effect. And next, results observed in this experiment were electrons were ejected from the metal surface as soon as the beam of light strikes the surface, means frequent emission of electrons as beam of light will going to strike the surface of the metal. There is no time lag between the striking of the light beam and ejection of the electrons from the metal surface. Clear? Immediate emission of electrons from the metal surface. This is the first observation. And second, the number of electron ejected is proportional to the intensity or brightness of the light, means more intense light will going to eject more number of electrons, and same for brightness, more bright light will going to result in more ejection of the electrons. And third, for each metal there is a characteristic minimum frequency nu naught, that is known as the threshold frequency. Clear? Threshold frequency is the frequency below which photoelectric effect is not observed. Means if any incident radiation will going to have a frequency less than the threshold frequency, then there will be no emission of photoelectrons. Clear? At a frequency nu greater than nu naught, the ejected electrons come out with certain kinetic energy, and kinetic energies of these electrons increase with increase of frequencies of the light used. Clear? Again, how much frequency is higher of incidenting radiation, in a same manner kinetic energy will going to increase. So the above point or the concept of the threshold frequency you can see from here. For example, we are considering red light. Its frequency is 4.3 to 4.6 into 10 raised to power 14 hertz. Clear? If we are incidenting this radiation, here we have used any metal surface. For example, we are using potassium surface, and now a red light is incident on its surface. So according to the condition of the threshold frequency for potassium, the frequency that is nu naught, means a threshold frequency that is required, that is 5.0 into 10 raised to power 14 hertz. Clear? But in case of red color, here value of nu will be 4.3 to 4.6 into 10 raised to power 14 hertz. Clear? Means if we are incidenting any light radiation with this much frequency, then potassium surface will not be able to eject an electron from its surface, because the frequency required for emission of electron is near about 5 into 10 raised to power 14 hertz. But here we are having this frequency less than nu naught. Clear? Here you can see that nu is lesser than nu naught, so there will be no photoelectric effect. Clear? So you can say that, for example, in case of red light of any brightness may shine on a piece of potassium metal for hours, but no photoelectrons are ejected. But as soon as even a very weak yellow light shines on the potassium metal, the photoelectric effect is observed. Clear? For yellow light, you can see that when we are incidenting radiation, that is yellow colored radiations, its frequency will be 5.1 to 5.2 into 10 raised to power 14 hertz, and nu naught will be, again for potassium metal, it will be 5.0 into 10 raised to power 14 hertz. Here you can see that value of nu is greater than a nu naught, that is the required condition, and we can expect there will be the ejection of electron, and this electron will going to eject under the effect of the light radiation. That's why this is known as the photoelectron. Clear? So you can see the photoelectric effect here. Clear? So that's why we can say that threshold frequency is a required condition for any incidenting light radiation, that it should have a frequency greater than threshold frequency. Clear? So next, Einstein was able to explain the photoelectric effect while using the Planck's quantum theory of electromagnetic radiations as a starting point. How? Shining a beam of light on a metal surface can therefore be viewed as shooting a beam of particles, the photons we can say. So when a photon of sufficient energy strikes an electron in the atom of the metal, it transfers its energy instantaneously to the electron during the collisions. As you can see here, that when photon of sufficient energy from this light radiation is striking on the electrons in the atom, small atoms that are existing in this potassium rod, clear, it will transfer its energy to the electron and results in the ejection. Electron will immediately going to eject out. Immediately, greater the energy possessed by the photon, greater will be the transfer of energy to the electron, and greater is the kinetic energy of the ejected electron.